We're just moments away from the Stars in Their Eyes Champion of Champions, a once-in-a-millennium event, and I can't think of a better way of celebrating the first 10 years of Stars in Their Eyes. Of course, it was only back in June that we had the last final of the century, but tonight we'll have every champion from 90 to 99 battling it out to see who will be the star of the decade. They're all part of an exclusive club behind this door. You have to win to get in. Why don't you come with me and see who's there? Look at this, fantastic. Makes the Millennium Dome look like my dad's shed. Look at these, just like steps, only more real. So, my virtual friends, shift those pixels and give us the rundown on who'll be fighting it out live from Manchester this evening. Back to 1990, Shirley Bassey. You'll see Nat King Cole. From 92, Plastic Line. Back once again, Alison Moyet. The first of two Marty Fellows. Bobby Darin from 1995. Here's the second, Marty Fellow. Welcome back, Olivia Newton-John. From 1998, Neil Diamond. And this year's winner, Christopher. They're all virtually on stage, and in a moment they'll all be virtually on stage. Oh, hello, Raymond.
Matthew, love. 30 seconds and you're on. 30 seconds, Matthew.
All right. How'd you get out of here, then? Oh, I just think I've had a wibble. You know, the makeup's fabulous here. There's a very convincing Noddy Holder there. Lovely. Oh, and there's the lady responsible. That's Glenda, hogging it at her. And there's Michelle, who tells me to get on with it. And I'm going to come and meet the crew. And here they are! Have a fabulous show, everybody. These are all the people who will get us through the evening. Please, good luck, everybody. I'll see you out there, OK?
It's Stars in Their Eyes, Champion of Champions. Please welcome your host, Matthew Kelly.
Hello and welcome to the Stars in Their Eyes Champion of Champions, a unique opportunity to see 10 years of grand final winners going head-to-head, voice-to-voice and totally live to find the ultimate star of the decade. 10 years of stars, and what a way to celebrate. Just think of everything that's happened in the world during the first decade of Stars in Their Eyes. Gazza was caught crying, Jonathan Aitken was caught lying, and OAPs were caught spying. Man U did their first treble, Ollie Reed finished his last double, and Cliff Richard's still single. John Major and Stephen Gately were out, and the England cricket team were never really in. Arsenal went up the table, Liverpool went down the table, and Michael Barrymore went under the table. Politicians went environmental, the BBC went departmental, and Liam Gallagher just went mental. The Titanic went down, the Millennium Dome went up, and Bill Clinton went up and down whenever he got the chance. For 10 years of new laws, trade wars, out-of-town chain stores, BSE and HRT and Swampy sitting in his tree, unleaded cars, Wonder Bras, and who'd have thought of life on Mars, Pierce scores, Branson saws, and 10 whole years of those famous doors. And now, to business. In our live final back in June, my cyber babe sidekick, Hayley, was so cool, I've asked her back. You saw her, the rest of her friends in the Hall of Fame back there. And here she is, the digital dolly with the very vital statistics. Hello, Hayley. Yes, lovely, don't build up your partner. This is the Nerve Centre. This is where you'll get interactive and make a grand final winner of a Champion of Champions. This is where you'll find the numbers that you'll need to cast your votes. But there's something else that's changed over the first 10 years of Stars. The internet. A decade ago, surfing was something you did in Newquay, the net was there to catch fish, and people who got pleasure from a mouse were investigated by the RSPCA. But now, you can use that mouse to click onto our website and vote. But what's been happening to our champions since they walked through those gates of fate? Back in 1990, England didn't make the World Cup final, but this star made it to our grand final and beyond. But what happened after her show-stopping performance as Shirley Bassey? First stop, Lancashire, to meet the lady with the info.
My name is Maxine Barry, and I was the very first winner of Stars in Your Eyes as Shirley Bassey in 1990. My life has changed completely. I live the life of a star. I drive a beautiful car, I live in a beautiful house. My work is incredible. I was offered the chance to star on the show called Legends on the North Pier in Blackpool. And when I was told about it, I thought, oh, I can't believe this. So when I went to Blackpool and I was driving along, just by the North Pier, and there's a huge poster with me on. And I thought, well, Maxine, you have arrived. I was a little girl from Hayward, right, little working town in Lancashire. And now I go to functions, and I go on stage and and I'm going, oh, I know you, and I know you. There's heads of state, royalty, you name it, and I've worked in front of them. The song Goldfinger has always been a lucky song for Shirley. It was my lucky song for me on the very first show. And I'm hoping, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, that it'll be a lucky song for me tonight.
Well, 10 years have passed just like that. It's great to have her back with her husband and daughter Nina in the audience. She's appearing as the lassie with the classy chassis. Tonight, singing live once again, Maxine Barry is Shirley Bassey.
What you feel for a golden girl knows when he's kissed her. It's the kiss of death from Mr. Goldfinger. Pretty girl, beware of this heart of gold. His heart is cold. What you feel for a golden girl knows when he's kissed her. It's the kiss of death from Mr. Goldfinger. Pretty girl, beware of this heart of gold. His heart is cold. He loves only good. Only good. He loves good. He loves only good. He loves good. He loves good.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And for the first time ever on Stars in Their Eyes, a specially commissioned trophy for each of our champions tonight, because all of them are winners. It's a silver trophy. It's solid silver.
Silver.
Yes.
Real, it's real.
Oh, it's real. You can melt it down later. It's okay. Look. You're fantastically successful. But I couldn't believe... Look, she's shaking now. After 10 years and a fabulous career since then, how are your nerves?
Very bad at the moment.
I know. It's awful.
Yes, it's just as though I've never been away.
But you are our very first champion. You were the very first winner on the very first heat as well, weren't you?
I was, yes.
And it's fabulous to have you back as well.
And it's wonderful to be here. Thank
You're
you so much.
sensational.
Thank you.
Like our live grand finals, it's your votes that will decide tonight's champion of champions. The lines aren't open yet, but if Shirley Bassey had the Midas touch for you, then make a note of this number, 09011 980001. And remember, the web is waiting to catch your votes for Shirley Bassey on www.starsintheireyes.co.uk. Ladies and gentlemen, Maxine Barry as Shirley Bassey. Okay, it's back to 1991. 16 weeks at #1 for Bryan Adams and 8th time married for Elizabeth Taylor. Bryan sang Everything I Do It for You. Elizabeth said, every time I do it for me. But back in 91, our second champion did it for us. Here's Bernard Wenton with the story so far.
Ready? My name is Bernard Wenton. I was on Stars in Their Eyes in 1991 as Nat King Cole.
In all of Mexico.
Oh, when I was announced as the winner of the final, I mean, I was just shocked. Because by nature, I'm the type of person, I couldn't win an argument ordinarily, you know. But it was a dramatic change in my lifestyle, you know. I was no longer a bricklayer. The following day after being on the show, that was it. Telephone never stopped ringing.
Okay.
Go to the shops, walk down the street, people pulling you up and wishing you all the best. Then the gigs, of course. Get to play with all these fantastic musicians. Musicians that have actually worked with Nat King Cole. One person in particular was Freddie Cole. Freddie's one of Nat Cole's brothers. It's made me feel good to think that my family are, you know, a little proud of what I do. I took them to the school, was it the following day after I'd appeared on Stars in Their Eyes 1991 final, and the whole playground, I was like the Pied Piper. I was like the Pied Piper.
And the Pied Piper returns after 8 years, and his family have followed him this evening. Nat King Cole was a merry old soul singer, and tonight, singing live once again, Bernard Wenton is Nat King Cole!
Unforgettable. That's what you are. Unforgettable. Though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable. In every way, and forevermore. That's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Fantastic.
Cheers.
You're a top man. I know, isn't it nice? It's
thanks,
lovely.
Matthew.
And what a gorgeous orchestra as well.
I enjoy that immensely, Mr. Monk. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you, a personal thanks from me to the members of the orchestra and my dancers, ladies and gentlemen, Pip and Mark.
And perhaps you'd like to do the rest of the show as well. You're a top man, and you've got a great way of balancing your family life and your career as well. And I know you get a lot of support from the Glenn Miller Orchestra as well.
Yes, I do some lovely jobs with the Glenn Miller Orchestra.
And they sent you a telegram tonight.
Yes, wishing me all the best.
Top man. If you think that Nat King Cole reigns supreme, then here's the number to call: 090 1198 0002. The lines won't open till 9:15, and there's still 8 more incredible performances to come. Ladies and gentlemen, Bernard Wenton as Nat King Cole. Well done, Bernard. OK, time to go back to 1992. The Queen had an annus horribilis, fill in your own punchline. Princess Margaret wondered if she put her fag out when Windsor Castle burnt down. And the Tories won the general election. That's democracy for you. But sometimes democracy works. And you made Amanda Normansell a Stars in Their Eyes champion. Here she is back in Mid Glamorgan to tell us what and who happened next.
My name's Amanda Normansell. I appeared on Stars in Their Eyes in 1992 as Patsy Cline. I was just 14 and just a schoolgirl, but since then I've now become a mum. I've got a 19-month-old daughter called Chloe, who is really great, and we have some really good fun together. When Leslie Crowther said, and tonight the winner is Patsy Cline, I just stood there with my mouth open for about 10 seconds, and one of the other people who I was competing against had to give me a sort of little nudge and said, "Go on, you've won," and it was brilliant. After I won the final and I had to go back into school, all my friends were saying to me, "Oh, you were on the telly, you were famous, you're a star." Since winning Stars in Their Eyes, I've travelled a lot and I've got to meet some brilliant people. And also I've recorded 3 albums, the latest of which won an award for Best British Country Album 1996, which was really exciting. When I was 17, I actually had the pleasure of meeting Patsy Cline's husband, Charlie. He actually told me that I was the nearest thing he's ever heard to his wife's voice, which is definitely one of the highlights of my career. I never ever thought that I would be appearing on Stars in Their Eyes again, because it's been so many years since I last appeared, and I really can't wait to go back on the show and see all the team again.
That long wait is over for Amanda and her family, but the pleasure is all ours. Willie Nelson wrote the song, but this country queen made it a classic. Tonight, singing live once again, Amanda Normansell is Patsy Cline.
Crazy, I'm crazy for for loving you.
Lovely girl. I can't believe you're a grown-up, honestly. And that baby is gorgeous.
I know.
Hey, but what about those CDs?
I know, the last one won an award as well,
I know.
which was really good.
And that's in your own right, too.
It is, yeah.
But you're still a fantastic Patsy Cline, you know.
Thank you.
There's your award.
Thank you very much.
She's got her Champions Trophy, but will Patsy Cline get the Champions title? If you think so, then here's the number you'll need. 09011 980003. Lines open at 9:15, so find a way to start limbering up your fingers. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Normansell as Patsy Cline.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, every time we have a live phone vote, people always ring before the lines are open. So far, over 1,200 people of you have come. Right, so now, how can I explain this for the hard of thinking? OK. If you try using the ringy thing to vote for your favourite singy thing before the clocky thing has a little hand on the 9 and the big hand on the 3, then the big beardy thing gets cross. Grr. So, put the ringy thing down, let the singy thing sing, and give the big beardy thing a break, OK? Right. We're back in a few minutes with our two champions from 93 and 94, so don't go anywhere. I'll see you then. Bye. Welcome back to Stars in Their Eyes, Champion of Champions. We've already seen 3 champions, Shirley Bassey, Nat King Cole and Patsy Cline. There's 7 more to come before your vote decides who will be our Millennium Champion. Tonight, we're going back in time from 1989 to 1999. So think of me as a kind of TARDIS, because everyone knows I'm a lot bigger than I look from the outside. Remember 1993? The Grand National was cut short in its prime. El Dorado was cut short in its prime. And John Wayne Bobbitt's prime was cut short. But our next champion made it to the finish line with no problems. Before she walks back through the doors, there's just time to relax with her biggest fans. Remember this face? It's Jackie Chan.
My name is Jackie Chan. I was on Stars in Their Eyes back in 1993, and I was Alison Moyet. When I won the live final, I was ecstatic. I was really nervous. And when they actually called my name, my legs went up in the air. I think I nearly showed my knickers. Yeah. Stars has opened a lot of doors for me. Before the show, I used to be at home looking after the 2 boys, but now I go out to work. John's at home looking after them. He's absolutely brilliant. One of the best gigs that I've done was the Paraplegic Olympics, and seeing everybody in the auditorium was absolutely wonderful. They were dancing in the aisles and they were really rooting for me, and it was just incredible. Yes! When my children, Ben and Jamie, bring their friends round, the first thing they like to do is get the videos out and show their mum on TV how famous she is. It's amazing. But this time Lucy has been born, and she'll be watching the show as well. But they are brilliant children, and they know the words to All Cried Out as well. And they prompt me whenever I get it wrong.
Relax, kids at home and mum and dad in the audience. She's been here before and she won't need any prompting. Back as the girl with the soul voice that put Basildon on the map. Tonight, singing live once again, Jackie Chan is Alison Moyet!
The grass is growing under your feet. In your absence, I changed my mind, and
Someone else is sitting in your seat. I know that I said there'd be no one else. I know that I said I'll be true. Baby, I'm gonna keep it zero. And it's a short and a narrow. I've nothing left to offer you. I'm all caught out. You took a whole lot of loving for a handful of nothing. It's hard to keep you something when you're pushing and you're shoving me around. So don't look surprised. There was no disguise. And you knew where I stood from the start. So stop, look around you. You're right and where I found you. Tie back your cold and empty heart. I'm all cried out. You took a whole lot of loving for a handful of nothing. It's hard to keep you something when you're pushing and you're shoving. I'm all cried out. You took a whole lot of loving. I'm all cried out. It's hard to keep you something when you're pushing and you're shoving me around. You go your way, and I will go mine. I won't stay around here. Don't you waste my time. You took a whole lot of loving for a handful of nothing. It's hard to keep you something when you're pushing and you're shoving. I'm all caught out. You took a whole lot of loving. I'm all caught out. It's hard to keep you something when you're pushing and you're shoving me around. I'm all caught out.
Oh, lovely girl. Lovely girl. This is the girl that saw me through my first live final.
Yes.
Oh, it's lovely to have you back as well.
It's great to be back.
Who's looking after the children tonight?
My partner, John.
Oh, he couldn't come tonight?
No, he's looking after the kids.
Because you're moving on from singing now, you told me.
Yes, I want to do some acting.
As well, and so you should.
Yeah.
You're so powerful.
Thank you.
Top, well done.
Thank you very much.
The phone line's open at 9:15, so if you think Alison Moyer is the champion of champions, make a note of this number, 09011 980004. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackie Chan as Alison Moyer.
Thank you.
Right, onwards to 1994. The lottery began that year, but Wet 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 already hit the jackpot when they spent 15 weeks at #1 with Love Is All Around. A good year for Margie Pellow and a great year for his sound-alike. When he's not singing for his supper, he's singing for Wigan. Let's reacquaint ourselves with John Finch.
My name's John Finch. I appeared on Stars in Their Eyes in 1994 as Margie Pellow. My life changed overnight from winning Stars in Their Eyes. I used to work in an electronics factory, but I never went back. I packed my job in straight away. So I've been doing professional singing now for 5 years. It's good to get back to Wigan on a Saturday afternoon with my pals going to the match, you know, meet up with old friends and talk about the game. I do enjoy that. That's in my spare time. Well, being two Margie Pellows on the show, I think it's a good thing. The Wet 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 fans, I think, are getting the best of both worlds because they get to see two periods of the music, and there's no prizes for guessing which period of music I do. An amazing thing happened to me the day after I've won Stars in Their Eyes. I got a call from the manager of Wet Wet Wet, and he asked me would I mind coming to a private party in London, and I couldn't believe it. So I went along to London and I ended up singing the song I sang on the show, with the man himself. What a great experience that was. Never forget that as long as I live.
And here comes another unforgettable night for John and his girlfriend Deborah, back behind the immortal portal with another smile, another suit, and another #1. Tonight, singing live once again, John Finch is Marty Pello! Still on top form.
Thank you.
Good man. Oh, and I did a terrible thing to you on that final, didn't I?
Certainly did.
I made John propose to his girlfriend, and she was Miss Wigan, wasn't she? Did you marry her?
She still won't marry me, Matthew.
Is she still there? Is that Deborah? Are you still together?
Still together, but she still won't marry me.
That's something, for heaven's sake. Now, did you carry on a career as Marty Pello or as yourself? That's what I want to know.
I've got a career as Marty Pello, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you're dressing like him and looking like him. No need for wigs anymore. If you're wishing Marty Pello's lucky tonight, then here's the number to call at 9:15. 09011980005. And don't forget, you can vote at our website by clicking on www.starsintherise.co.uk. Ladies and gentlemen, John Finch as Marty Pello. Well done. We still have 5 more champions backstage ready to stride out through the legendary lintels. Oh, yes. The songs and the stars remain the same, but what else has changed over the decade of those doors? 10 years ago, the only place you'd find a talking mutant turtle that does karate was in a cartoon. These days, thanks to genetic modification, there's several in the government. But of course, back then, we were terrified of eating British beef. We still are, but now we do it just to spite the French. Where were you in 1995 and 96? What and who were you doing? We've got more amazing living memories to jog your minds and grab your votes. After the break, I'll see you then. Don't go away. Welcome back to Stars in Their Eyes, Champion of Champions. 10 years of grand final winners right here on this stage, totally live. 10 years. So, if Stars in Their Eyes was a small girl, we'd be starting big school in 2 years' time. In another 3, we'll be taking our GCSEs. And a year after that, we'll probably be going out with Michael Douglas. Back 4 years now. In 95, Eric Cantona took up Kung Fu. Blur won 4 Brits. And Take That said they were back for good. Then they split. And on this stage, 12 amazing star finalists gave 12 star performances. But Lee Griffiths won through and booked himself a place here tonight. Back then, the spotlight was a new experience, but now all the world's a stage. Here's what the doors opened for Lee.
My name is Lee Griffiths, and I was lucky enough to become the 1995 overall winner of Stars in Their Eyes as Bobby Darin. Ever since I was a typical teenager standing in front of a mirror, holding a brush, singing, I've always had this dream of wanting to perform in front of audiences, and that's what Stars in Their Eyes has enabled me to do. It's fulfilled my dream. I used to be a sand and gravel plant operator, but the moment I won the show, that was it. I was going to be a singer. Now I find myself performing all over Europe, and also last year I sang on my first cruise, which was a great experience. A couple of weeks ago I received a phone call from Rodin School here in Brighton, asking me to perform in a charity show. But what's special about this charity show tonight is that my godson, Luke, he's only 6 years old. He's been asked to perform in the show as well alongside me. And I'm sure it won't be very long before he'll be appearing on Stars in Their Eyes as Ronan Keating or whoever. One of the most amazing things to come out of all of this was I did receive a phone call from the niece of Bobby Darin in California. And now we find ourselves writing to each other quite frequently and calling each other on the phone. The last time we chatted, I told her about my up-and-coming performance on the Champion of Champions live final, and she's very pleased that I'm keeping the memory of her Uncle Bobby alive.
I'm bringing back more memories for you and his family as he steps through the doors with a classic song from a classic musical, a real class act. Tonight, singing live once again, Lee Griffiths is Bobby Darin!
The shock, babe, had such steep depth, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old back heat, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with its teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves though, where's old back heat, babe? So there's never a trace of red. I'll let it get good now on the sidewalk, ooh, sunny morning, lies a body just oozing life. Can someone sneak in round the corner? Could that someone be Mac the Knife? Oh, there's a tugboat down by the river, don't you know? We ever see a man bag just to droop it on down. Oh, that cement is just, it's there for the waiting, dear. Papa will get you 10 whole Mackies back in town. Not you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe. You have to draw it out. All is harder than cash. And now Maggie spends just like a sailor. Could it be your boy's done something rash? Jenny Diver, yeah, what's your guitar dream? Hello, Miss Lavinia. Good evening, Lucy Brown. Oh, the light balls are the right babe. But now that Mackie is back in this city town, I said, Jenny Diver, whoa, Suki Tawdry, look out over Lavinia. Not to mention old Lucy Brown. It's that light bombs are the right babe. And now that Maggie back in town. Look out, old Mackie is back.
You are. I said you're a class act, and you're a terrific performer. You love it, don't you?
I do love it to
You're
bits.
mad, honestly. And when it came to us, you know, he was a shale shoveler from Shoreham. Honestly. And the first year he came back and he said, "Oh, it's been really tough." What's happened since then?
It's great now. I'm more happy now than I've ever been, and I'm enjoying it.
And not only that, you look it as well.
Yeah.
You deserve to do
Great
well.
song, great
A
song.
Champions Trophy is guaranteed to go back to Brighton, but only you can send Lee home as tonight's Star of Stars. So to vote for Bobby Darin, you'll need to call 090 1198 0006. And if you're the very model of a modern modem master, you can use our website to vote at www.starsintherise.co.uk. Ladies and gentlemen, Lee Griffiths as Bobby Darin. Right, time to concentrate. It's 1996 and beef was off the menu. Channel 5 was on the air and Marty Pellow was in the grand final. Same Marty, different fellow. From Whitstable in Kent, champion number 7, Paul Doody.
My name is Paul Doody. I appeared on Stars and Rise in 1996 as Marty Pellow. When I won the live final, it was fantastic. The emotions just went through me, it just took over. I cried when I won, and I don't normally do that. Before I won the live final, I was working on the British Gas, digging holes for a living. And then 2 weeks after that, I managed to, to give up my day job, and now I sing for a living, and it's nice because I get to spend more time at home with my children. I don't think there'll be a problem with being 2 Marty Pellows on the show. I think it's good if you're a Wet Wet fan because you get to see 2 Wet Wet songs. There could be 10 Marty Pellows on there. It could be a Marty fest. A lot of people ask me what it was like winning Stars and Rise, and it's something you can't put down on words. You can't imagine it. It's something that happens to one person every year, as it has done. If you're a singer and you're on TV and you know how many thousands of people have voted for you, and it just overwhelms you. It is like literally winning the lottery. It's as good as that.
But will his numbers come up this evening? He's left Wet, Wet, Wet and gone solo in real life and on this stage. But he's not alone. His wife Amanda is in the audience as tonight, singing live once again, Paul Doody is Marty Pellow!
If you hear loud and clear, you get 1,000,000 kisses from me. if the night's the lonely time for you, just listen to the words I give to you, yeah. Let the song of ours play one more time. Somewhere, somehow, now we're there. When I'm walking in the morning, smiling in the pouring rain, Lord, let it roll over me. And said I'm way late last night, been trying to put all things right. Lord, let the tears roll over me. And if the night's the lonely time for you, and just listen to the words I give to you, yeah. Let the song of ours play one more time. Somewhere, somehow, said I'll be there. If you're there and you care, you'll get a million kisses from me. Somewhere, somehow. And if you feel like I feel, love comes in deepest part of me, yeah. Somewhere, somehow. And if the night's the lonely time for you, and just listen to the words I gave to you, yeah. Let the song of ours play one more time. Somewhere, somewhere, I'll be there.
You are such a nice chap, Paul. And I know you did that performance for Amanda's Uncle Kevin.
Yeah.
Stick with it, Uncle Kevin. And it was terrific as well. Tell us what your band is called.
Even Wetter.
Even Wetter. Wouldn't it be spooky if Even Wetter got onto Top of the Pops?
Nice.
It might be good.
Nice.
It'd be good for Marty, and it would be good
Very
for
good
you.
very good.
You can vote for Marty Pello circa 96 on 09011 980007. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Doody as Marty Pello! We've already seen Shirley Bassey, Nat King Cole, Patsy Cline, Alison Moyer, Bobby Darin, and 2 Marty Pellos. A great lineup or an extraordinary experiment in cloning? 3 more astounding performances to come after the break because, as the late Freddie Mercury once nearly sang, these are the champions, my friend, and they'll keep on fighting till the end. So Bish Miller, do the fandango and give the wife a quick scaramouche. We'll be back in 3 minutes Earth time. See you then. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Stars in the Rise Champion of Champions. Right, we've already seen Shirley Bassey, Nat King Cole, Patsy Cline, Alison Moyer, Marty Pello, Bobby Darin, Marty Pello again. And with 3 more champions, then it's over to you for that all-important vote. Remember, tonight we're totally live and the transformations are stunning. In fact, we're all going trick-or-treating tomorrow and they promised to dress me in something really scary. And I wonder how they're going to make me look like Anne Widdecombe. Anyway, time to go back to 1997. Teletubbies went to number 1, Tony Blair went to number 10, and Michael Portillo went to number 1,501,000 in the Dole queue. And our next champion went all the way when she won our grand final. So, what did the scores from those doors bring champion number 8? Working out in the Wirral, it's Faye Dempsey.
Daisy, will you help me with my My name's Faye Dempsey, and I was on Stars in Their Eyes in 1997 as Olivia Newton-John. It's hard to describe how I felt when I won the final. I just remember being really shocked and in disbelief because the competition I was up against was just so strong. When I was singing, I was thinking about my mum and my dad and my two grandparents sitting in the audience. They were dead excited. I think my dad was more nervous than I was, and so was my mum. I think I remember seeing on the camera my dad was rolling his tie up and down because he was like so nervous. I think even he cried. Since I won the show, everyone knows me as that girl who won Stars in Their Eyes. I've tried to keep my life as normal as it was possible, but it was always really hard because I was trying to concentrate in school, but my head was always in the clouds. But I don't think I've done too badly because I've come away with 10 GCSEs. And now I'm studying for my A-levels. My favourite after-school activity is to go to the gym in Heswall and keep fit. It takes up quite a lot of my time. I go about 5 to 6 times a week just to keep in shape, and I've been trying to get, nice and slender for the show because Olivia Newton-John was like a twig. When I heard there was going to be a champion show, I was quite surprised but really pleased because I remembered what a great time I'd had last time I did the show, and I thought, wow, this is a chance to do it all over again, and I've been really looking forward to this all year.
And we've been looking forward to this for 3 years, and so has her dad, Maurice. She's a girl who's grown up with Stars in Their Eyes, and now she's back as another lady who grew up in public. Tonight, singing live once again, Faye Dempsey is Olivia Newton-John.
Guess mine is not the first heartbroken. My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. You know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But babe, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head saying, fool, forget him. My heart saying, don't let go. Hold on to the end. That's what I intend to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted. Hopelessly devoted to you.
Well done, Faye. Oh, it's so great to see you back because you've grown up with us.
Have I?
You didn't get any taller, but you grew up with us. It's lovely to see you back, And you said the last time that you were here that you didn't want to do Olivia Newton-John anymore.
I know, but they made me a new dress. So.
Oh, well, you had no choice, really, did you? How are you managing to revise for your exams?
I'm not doing much revision, actually.
No, you're better off here anyway.
Yeah.
If Olivia Newton-John was a showstopper for you, then here's the number to call, 09011980008. Ladies and gentlemen, Faye Dempsey as Olivia Newton-John. 1998 now. Bill Clinton promised he'd never had intimate relations with that woman. But he was obviously talking about Hillary. And ITV asked Chris Tarrant who wants to be a millionaire. And he said, ooh, don't mind if I do. But on this show, we asked the audience who wants to be a champion. And they said Neil Diamond. So let's say hello again to Jason Searle.
My name is Jason Searle and I won the Stars and Ice final in '98 and I was Neil Diamond. And when Matthew just said I'd won, it was just like, no, he must be talking about someone else. Life before Stars in Their Eyes, I was just working as a rides operator in Fort Park. And after the final and that, I gave up my job there. Life now is about 5-6 nights a week I'm singing. Various different places like pubs, nightclubs. I'm also doing a UK tour starting in November and doing the London Palladium again and possibility of going to Singapore early next year. Since winning the final, it's just gone so fast. Usually I'm a shy person and I like privacy, and family and friends will say I'm the last person I thought would be famous. When they told me I was going to reappear on Champion of Champions, I thought it was brilliant just to see everyone that I know like backstage and get to meet the previous finalists. People think because I'm doing Neil Diamond on stage and that, because he's a sex symbol, they think I'm like a sex symbol, but I've got no one throwing underwear or the phone numbers at me. So hopefully tonight my luck will change.
Well, we'll be throwing his phone number at you in just a moment. The underwear is optional. So, Mum and Dad, try and keep your knickers on. Back in the spangly shirt and realistic hair weave, tonight, singing live once again, Jason Searle is Neil Diamond!
know it's late, but I couldn't wait. Hello.
Well done. Take your trophy. You know, this man is an absolute revelation. I have never known anybody as nervous as this man. And every time the doors open for him to do this song, I never know whether he's going to be there or not. And now you've started doing it for a living, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Now, has it helped you in life with your shyness and things?
I'm getting there slowly.
You are getting there slowly. But every time your performance is there, I don't get it. I think you're a sensation. Good man.
Thanks.
A richly deserved Champions Trophy goes to Jason, but the job of choosing a winner goes to you. Vote for Neil Diamond on 09011 980009. Make a note, but remember there's still one more champion to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Searle as Neil Diamond. Here we are, bang up to date, 1999, the year of big weddings in glossy magazines. Posh and Beckham in OK magazine, Eddie and Sophie in Hello magazine, and The Streets, Maxine and Ashley in A-Up magazine. And this year, the ultimate wedding song won through in the eyebrow-raising guise of Ian Moore. Here he is, meeting the man behind his voice.
My name is Ian Moore, and I won Stars in Their Eyes in 1999, and I was Chris de Burgh. Since winning Stars in Their Eyes, a lot of fantastic things have happened, especially to receive over 500,000 votes is very overwhelming. Probably the most fabulous thing that's happened is actually to meet Chris de Burgh himself when he invited me down to a recording studio in London. It was kind of a surreal moment. It was very, very bizarre because I'd been listening to Chris sing on his albums for quite a number of years, and here I was actually listening to him record his next album. I kind of had to pinch myself at times just to convince myself that I was actually there, and I was just like a fly on the wall. I was just sat there watching and listening and learning as well at the same time. Just a few days ago, the phone went and my mum answered. She asked who it was, and the voice on the end said it was Chris. So Mum came and found me, and it was only just after she'd spoken to me that she realised who it was. She was more gobsmacked, I think, than I was. He was just calling to wish me good luck and best wishes for the show, and that he will be watching, which was really nice to know. Another fantastic moment.
And Chris is watching at home, but Ian's mum and dad are watching from the audience. So let's smooch again like we did last summer, as tonight, singing live once again, Ian Moore is Chris de Burgh.
Never seen you looking so lovely as you dance around. Never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many men ask you if you wanted to dance. They're looking for a little romance, given half a chance. And I have never seen that dress you're wearing, or the highlights in your hair that catch your eyes. I have been blind, the lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here, it's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget gorgeous as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. You were amazing. I've never seen so many people want to be there by your side. When you turned to me and smiled, it took my breath away. And I have never had such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here, it's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. The lady
Well done. It is uncanny. You could be him, you know.
Thank you.
I think you'll have to give up mixing paint, you know.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day, yes.
Perhaps
Hopefully.
you should be him. Because he gave you the chance to sing with him as well, didn't he?
He did, yes. Right here in Manchester.
Right,
here in Manchester.
in the Bridgewater Hall in
Bridgewater Hall.
Manchester. It's top, man.
Fantastic.
And he's watching. And his son's... Happy birthday to his son as well.
Happy birthday, Michael.
Lovely. 10 stars, 10 Champions trophies, and over 12,000 people have tried to vote already, even before Ian got here. Rein it in, I'm telling you. I'll let you know when the lines are open. If you think Chris de Burgh deserved tonight's biggest prize, then vote for him on 09011 980010. Or use that digital vote at our website, www.starsintherise.co.uk. Ladies and gentlemen, Ian Moore as Chris de Burgh. You've seen all 10 champions, and after the break, it's down to you to pick up the phone or fire up the modem and make one champion the very best of the very best. I'll be back with Hayley in just a couple of minutes, so have paper and pen ready to jot down the numbers you need. When the going gets tough, the tough get voting. It's time for a break, so I'm going to send you to a place where chimps drink tea, toilet paper is quilted, and the best a man can get is to have a good hard shave. I'll see you for roundups and reminders, numbers and nets in a couple of minutes. Bye. Welcome back to Stars in the Rise, Champion of Champions. We're fired up and ready to go for the big result. While we've been biting our nails, you've been watching Beware Car Thieves. And don't forget, next week at this time, it's Beware TV programmes being beware of things. Really looking forward to that one. So, if you still haven't voted, there's just a few minutes left to join the millions who've already made their choice. It's not too late to make a difference, so pick up the phone or click up the PC, and here are those numbers one more time. Yes, thank you very much, Hayley. Look, call 090119800, followed by the number of your favourite artist. So, for Shirley Bassey, right, call 09011980001. For Nat King Cole, add 02. 03 registers a vote for Patsy Cline. If Alison Moyer is your choice, add 04. For Marty Pello, number 1, Goodnight Girl, add 05. 09011980006 is the number you call if you think Bobby Darin is tonight's champion. Marty Pello, number 2, somewhere, somehow, is on 07. If Olivia Newton-John gets your vote, she's on 08. 09 places a vote for Neil Diamond. And last but not least, Chris de Burgh's votes are counted on 09011980010. Calls cost no more than 10p. So, if you still haven't voted, come on! Only you can bring a worthy winner back on stage as the Star of Stars. And you won't just find those stars here on stage. Celebrities from all over the country are on the other side of the camera in the studio audience, cheering our champions on. And there they all are, in their Armani, Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. Carol Vorderman looks fantastic, whatever she wears. There's Richard Whiteley in the new winter collection from Millets. Lovely. They know what it's like to appear live in front of millions of people. So what have they made of Stars in Their Eyes Champion of Champions? And who gets their votes? We said hello to them as they arrived. Then we dragged them away from the bar while you were voting. And here's what they had to say.
This woman is following me around everywhere I go.
So exciting, isn't it? Well, I love them all. I've watched it ever since it started. It's one of my favourite programmes.
I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Like Shirley Bassey. Either one of the two Marty Pillows.
I do love Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, well, I think they're all fabulous.
Well, I've got a bit of a weakness for Bobby Darin, actually.
I'm looking forward to seeing Neil Diamond. Do you know why? Because I believe that he was as nervous as I was when he did Celebrity Stars in Night. I think he felt as sick when he was going through the final as I did.
I haven't seen them all, so I'm just really looking forward to seeing them all, you know, the excitement of it.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's a big, big night, so...
Well, I'm edging my bets, you see, so I'm going for Marty Pellow as a winner, because I know there's two of them, so we should be all right on that.
Oh, it's great. Everyone's like, Carol Vorderman keeps turning around and going, aren't they brilliant, every 5 minutes? But, yeah, it's great.
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, I watch the live Stars final every year, but this, I think, has to be the best of all. They were all brilliant. Very, very, very difficult.
Well, I like Bobby Darin, because he had me bopping in my seat. He was great. And she's got a lovely voice, Olivia Newton-John. And they're all brilliant.
Atmosphere in the studio is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely electric.
Well, I said at the beginning of the evening, Neil Diamond, and I still say Neil Diamond. I'm sticking with Jason.
Can't get through. So, right, I'm going to keep going.
Yeah, Bobby Darin, a great support from the audience. But I have to say, Shirley Bassey is still pretty good. She was on first. Terrible to be on first. There's a danger that the viewers might forget her if she's on first.
I mean, rather than me, I mean, it's absolutely terrifying to stand up there and do a song. Well, not only do a song, but do it live on TV as well. So I think all of them are brilliant. For me, I think it's tough, but the second of the Marty Pellows.
No, it's just a real shame I can't be at home voting, so I might use my mobile over there.
Live orchestra, absolutely fantastic. It just makes such a difference to sit there. I mean, I was just so entertained. I was sitting there with my tissue going, oh, I bet their mothers are so proud.
I was dancing in my seat. It was wicked. It was really good. Goldfinger.
It's all so glitzy and glamorous and wonderful. I love it. Very show busy.
No, I've changed my opinion so much. When Alison Moyet came on, I went, oh, she was great. She's definitely getting my vote. And then Christa Burr and Neil Diamond, I just don't know. I'm a spot for choice.
But they were all fantastic. It was a glorious, glittering, golden night. You'll never see it again for 10 years. I'm just hoping I'll be there to see it. Meanwhile, cheers. Here's to the winner, whoever you may be.
Unusual to see Stuart Hall without an opinion there. Well, if it was just down to our celebrities, it'd be still too close to call. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your votes, but if you haven't made your choice yet, you're too late. The time has come. The vote is now closed. Pack it all up, Hayley. Hayley there, not afraid to get her kit off, unlike Lara Croft, no matter how much I fiddle with my joypad. Anyway, thank you very much, Hayley. This is the moment. 10 years, over 460 star guests, 90 grand finalists, 10 grand final champions, but just one champion of champions. Hayley and Roy, let's have that final scoreboard. Here they come, Hayley and Roy. Difficult to tell them apart, isn't it? Just like real life. Ooh, it's like fireworks night 6 days early here. Oh, the sparklers. Bet you want to rush out and stuff a guy with newspaper. Steady with this now, steady. Look at the spectacle here. You get everything here. Look at that. Hey, mind the Roman candle. Nearly lost my rug then. Oh, look. Since Shirley Bassey won the first grand final, it's been 9 years, 2 months, 5 days, 3 hours and 3 minutes leading up to the next 60 seconds. So, who is our champion of champions? Let's see those results. For champion number 1, Shirley Bassey. She scored a grand total of 45,226. Not a bad start. Let's see how Nat King Cole did as champion number 2. He scored a grand total of 33,385. Our third champion was Patsy Cline. She scored a grand total of 62,494. That currently puts Patsy Cline in the lead, but let's see if Alison Moyet can do any better than that. She was champion number 4, and she scored a grand total of 16,708. Not enough to beat Patsy Cline. Now, Marty Pellow number 1 was next, and he scored a grand total of 29,361. Patsy Cline is still in the lead. But let's see what Bobby Darin can do as champion number 6. He scored a grand total of 77,243. Bobby Darin is currently the leader. But can Marty Pellow number 2 beat Bobby Darin? He was champion number 7 and he scored a grand total of 95,469. Well done, Marty. OK. Marty Pellow number 2 is currently in the lead, but Olivia Newton-John was champion number 8, and she scored a grand total of 110,861. Olivia Newton-John is the current leader. Let's see if champion number 9, Neil Diamond, can do any better. He scored a grand total of 178,065. And now all rest on champion number 10. Let's see if he will be tonight's champion. Christopher scored a grand total of 481,525. So the Stars in the Rise champion of champions is Christopher! I want you to have a gold trophy, which you'll richly deserve.
Thank you.
Do you realise that you scored half of the votes polled tonight? Oh, you've been moved now, haven't you? Well, I have to tell you, I think you might have to give up that paint mixing, don't you think? Good man. Of course, all 10 champions were the very best of 10 years of Stars, but only one can be the best of the best of the best.
I gotta
So
do it again.
please welcome back onto the stage. Yes, you do have to do it again. Ian Moore as Christopher!
Never seen you looking so lovely as you dance tonight. Never seen you shine so bright. I've never seen so many men ask you if you wanted to dance. They're looking for a little romance, given half a chance. And I have never seen that dress you're wearing, or the highlights in your hair that catch your eyes. I have been blind. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody here. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget never seen you looking so gorgeous as you did tonight. I've never seen you shine so bright. You were amazing. I've never seen so many people want to be there by your side. But when you turned to me and smiled, it took my breath away. I have never had such a feeling of complete and utter love as I do tonight. The lady in red is dancing with me, cheek to cheek. There's nobody. It's just you and me. It's where I wanna be, but I hardly know this beauty by my side. I'll never forget the way you look tonight. The lady
Thanks to all our stars over the last decade. Thanks to our studio audience, our celebrities, and of course all tonight's champions. Thanks to everyone past and present working backstage to make the show happen. And thanks to you for your votes. We'll be back in 2000 for the next decade of Stars in the Rise. And we'll do it all over again in 10 years' time. But for this 1,000 years, it's good night. And we'll see you next millennium. Goodbye.